Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laurie and today I have a new cooking video for you all. So today we're going to be making pad thai, and this is a recipe by a Belgian cook named Jeroen Meus, and he actually has a cooking program on local television as well as a website where he puts like loads of his recipes on. He also has loads of cooking books, so I will be linking most of those things down below. And I actually bought a ripping calendar of his, and one of his recipes on there was the pad thai, and we're going to be making that tonight. It's a really easy recipe. I already took the liberty to take all the ingredients out and put them on my table, on my countertop, to make it a little bit easier so that everything is ready. My countertop is also making a really annoying noise. Not sure if that picks up on camera. I'm sure it does. Not sure what's going on, but I'm gonna try and ignore that. I'm gonna let it be fixed someday. I don't know. We're gonna be making this, so we're just gonna start up really easy. I have actually the recipe with me from the calendar, so I'm gonna be reading that, going through the steps, and I'm gonna take you along with me. First step is actually get on noodles in a bowl and put some boiling water on that. But when we do that, we also need to have everything else ready and cut up. So I'm actually going to get started by cutting all my vegetables up and also my chicken and my tofu. So that's what we're going to be starting with. I'm going to start by cutting up all red onion. So I'm just going to take a bowl where I'm going to put all my veggies in, and let's cut this up. So starting with our red onion, we want to slice it up into small pieces. So that's what we're going to do. I normally never really react to onions, but now I am reacting. And I do not know why. So that's our onion ready. Now we're gonna do the exact same thing with our garlic. We're not gonna get our garlic pressed up, but we're gonna slice it into, cut it into little pieces. There we go, that's our garlic. Now, or ginger as well. Gonna take a piece of that ginger and slice it up into tiny pieces. There we go. And we're just gonna rasp our ginger first. Make sure that the skin is off. Don't cut your fingers whilst rasping your ginger, please, because obviously ginger is such a small cloth that you don't want to, that you need to be really careful, so don't cut your fingers when doing this. So when the skin is off, we're gonna cut that ginger into really tiny pieces. And then we have just really tiny little pieces of ginger. We're going to put that in the bowl with the rest of our veggies. There we go, that's all veggies ready and prepared. Now what we're going to do is, what you can do still is add some chili pepper. I didn't do that because I'm not a big fan of chili pepper, but if you are, feel free to add in some chili pepper as well, because obviously that gives a little bit more taste to your recipe, to your dish. What we're going to do now is we're going to slice up our chicken and our tofu as well, so that everything is just prepared. We call that our mise en place, so that everything is just set and ready to go once you start putting the fire on and get everything ready. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put our chicken and tofu on a big plate. So we're going to take one chicken breast. And the other one I'm putting back in my fridge because I'm going to use that tomorrow. And we're just I'm going to slice that into really tiny pieces. That's all chicken ready. I'm going to do the same with my tofu as well. I'm going to cut that up into little squares. But first we're going to get rid of that water that is in our tofu. I'm going to use half of this really big piece that I have, and I'm going to slice that up into quarters. The rest of it as well, put it in my fridge because you can always use that again. There we go, that's our tofu sliced up into little squares, and put that on the plate as well. Now our mise en place is ready, so we have done all our preparations, which means that we can get starting with the real cooking. I'm gonna just clean up my cutting board first. What we're gonna do first is I'm gonna get my kettle and I'm gonna put some water in that to bring it to a boil. Put that kettle on, and in the meantime I'm going to weigh my noodles. I need 100 grams of noodles, and I'm going to weigh that off, make sure that I have like the right amount of noodles, because I don't want too much, I don't want too little, so that's what we're going to do next. So I put our noodles in a big bowl and my water is boiling, so I'm going to add that in this bowl and just keep that in there for a little while. Just kind of put that to a side and ignore that. That's going to get going now. What we're going to do is we're going to stir fry all veggies and all chicken. So what we need to do is we need to make our pan really hot and put some oil in that, because if you use oil, your chicken and your veggies, they won't burn as fast. When you put in butter, things tend to burn a lot quicker, so if you use oil, that won't happen. So we're going to stir fry, so it's good. We're going to put our pan really high, put oil in it until it's like really hot, and then we're going to add our chicken. So that's what we're going to do now. So put my fire really hot. You can choose what kind of oil that you use. I just use like olive oil because I like that a lot, but you can definitely use other kinds of oil as well. I'm just going to use olive oil. So my pan is really hot. Now I'm going to add in my oil, quite a large amount, and make sure that that oil gets really hot as well. So when it starts to steam, you know that your oil is really nice and hot. I'm going to lower the fire a little bit because I put it really hot. And now we're just going to add our chicken. Not our tofu, just our chicken. Make sure you don't burn your hands while doing this, because obviously the oil is gonna like fly all the way around because it's so hot, so make sure you don't burn yourself. So you know, you probably heard it as soon as I put in my chicken that the fire was really hot and it started to like make this really loud noise, and if you did that with butter, because the fire was such a high temperature, your chicken definitely would have burned, but now it just has like this perfect brown skin, which is awesome, and that's because you used oil. So that's a little tip: never use butter if you're going to stir fry, because then you're just going to burn your veggies and your meat. So just use use olive oil or some kind of oil instead. That's been on the fire for a little bit, so now we're going to add in our veggies. Once again, protect your hands while doing that, because obviously with the oil you need to be really careful. So those are in as well. And just like mix that through. So in the meantime, when that is on the fire, I'm going to weigh up my soy sprouts, because I need, I think, 100 grams of soy sprouts. So I'm going to weigh that up because this bag is huge and I do not need as much. There we go, a little bit more. So now we are going to put in our noodles into our pan as well. Mix that up real nicely, and we're going to add in some water as well. Not too much, just a little bit of water. There we go. What we're going to do now is we're going to put 1 tablespoon of tamarind paste, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, and we're going to put that in our pan as well. So take that out, put that in there. Then we're going to take our soy sauce and we're going to do 2 of those. If it wants to open, which it's not doing right now, which is so annoying. Oh my god. There we go. So add in 2 tablespoons. There we go. And then like 2, maybe like 1.5 of fish sauce. Go. We're going to also put in the juice of half of a lime, so we're going to put that in as well. So press that all in, nice and easy, and we're going to mix that through really well now. I'm going to put the fire really high again and make sure that everything is fried through really nicely. When that is on our fire and just getting a little bit worked up, I'm going to take my peanuts, which we're going to use as like decoration, just like at the end, and I'm going to crunch them up into really tiny pieces. I'm going to just take some out. Make them real tiny. Our peanuts are looking good. They're really tiny, nicely chopped up. So this is what they look like, really crunched up. Got some bigger pieces in there that still need to be, made smaller, but they look really good in general. And now we're gonna put an egg in our frying pan. It's just like 1 egg. So we're going to make a little bit of room. I'm going to lower the heat a bit and just put that in. Don't put your shell in like I just did. I'm going to let that in for a little bit before we mix it up. There we go. And now I'm just going to kind of mix that up a bit. Now make like a scrambled egg out of that. And we're just going to mix that through. So this is looking so yummy. We're now going to put in our soy sprouts. They are done really quickly, so we're just going to put that in and mix it up real nicely. Just mix that up. So that's looking really good. So we're going to take our pan off our fire. But this dish looks delicious. It looks so good. So what we're going to do presentation wise, I'm going to take a bowl. We're going to put our pad thai, we're going to put this in. Then what we're going to do now is we're going to get our chopped up peanuts and we're going to put them over that. Just like a little bit of, you know, some peanuts on top of that. Really easily. There we go. And then we're also going to take some coriander leaves and put that on top as well. Take some in my hand first and just like sprinkle them on. And that's it basically, really easy. That is our pad thai ready. So yeah, all done. Really easy recipe once again, good for lunch or for dinner, and I made 2 portions so that I have some for tomorrow's lunch as well. So I'm gonna have it as dinner now and tomorrow's lunch. It's really good, really yummy, really easy. I will be linking the recipe down below with the video from the chef that actually came up with the recipe. It is in Dutch though, so if you do not understand Dutch, you probably won't really use that, but you can watch my video. Just know that all credits go to Jeroen for making this recipe and for putting it online. I'm just going to enjoy my recipe now. I'm going to enjoy my dinner. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next Sunday with another cooking video. Bye bye.